Good evening. Welcome to another episode of the Poker Face Show, live from the Garden State, New Jersey, USA. I am Poker Face, and I have been a Atlantic City tournament and cash player for many years. And this is a place where you can learn from me. I will share my secrets with you. That is why I keep my identity hidden. In case you ever come across me in a real game, I don't want you to destroy me. But as long as I'm hidden, I am more than happy to share all my secrets and what I'm thinking with you, answer your questions, and if you want, you can even play me online, absolutely free of charge. And if you happen to beat me, which will happen sometimes, because everybody loses every so often, it's poker. You will receive a gift card from Amazon, absolutely free of charge, absolutely free. So this is a place where we're, number one, here to have fun, number two, here to learn, and number three, here to think, get you thinking, and maybe win a little bit of prizes. Why not? It's always fun to win. Right now, I'm involved in a tournament, an online tournament at PokerStars. It's a knockout. To be honest with you, I haven't even checked to see what the standings are, but we'll check them out later. We just started the tournament, so we've got a little bit of time here. Okay, I've just been raised under the gun. I'm in the small blind with eight king offsuit. It's not a good hand in my position. What I always stress is position, position, position. You don't want to play out of position if you can help it. Sometimes you have to, and it's okay. But the most important thing is you try to make your position work for you. And that's what I intend to do here. In addition to this live tournament, I also have a simulator here, which was made by the University of Alberta. It's an amazing artificial intelligence tool. We're going to use this to analyze starting hands, positions, probabilities. Ooh, pocket aces there, and they just got pocket aces just got beat. We missed that one, sorry. But the simulator will help us kind of get down into the math and visually see the probabilities and the reasons why we do the things we do in a tournament situation. Okay, I've just been raised 9-10 offsuit. I can't call this hand. We're going to be talking a lot about starting hands. That's one of the most important things in poker, is to start well. And second, to position. I think position is more important than your hands, because most of the times your hands are not going to be seen. So nobody's going to show it down. So nobody's going to really know what you have. So you have to kind of use that to your advantage. If you'd like to play me, send me an email at info@pokerfaceshow.net, and we'll get you in the game. We can play heads up, or maybe if we have other people involved, we can get them involved too. And the last standing person in the game will receive a free Amazon gift card, absolutely free of charge, and hopefully we'll have some fun doing it. I'm here to ask away your questions. Put them in the chat line. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and also follow me on Twitch. And right now we're on a 5-minute break, so we're going to move over to the simulator here. As I mentioned before, this simulator is amazing. It's made from it was developed by the University of Alberta. It was one of the first artificial intelligence software programs to beat the professionals. So that's how I heard about it. And it's just a great tool. Just bear with me here. I got a couple of windows popping up on me. Who's sending me these messages? Don't they know that I'm playing? All right, just bear with me a second here while I get my screen's going here. There we go. That's nice and big. I can see a little better now. Unfortunately, the software is not available anymore, and it only runs on a old Windows PC that I have. So it's a little bit unfortunate, but as you can see, it's pretty cool. And I hope I didn't turn myself off, because the last time I did that, let me get myself back into this picture. And here I am. Okay, so as I was saying, this is a simulator. The nice thing about this particular simulator is that we can freeze the action. We can kind of take a look at the entire hand. And right now I'm on the button with King 10 offsuit. It's not a very good hand. It's a $20 call, so I will call it. You take a look here. King 10 against one player is about a 64%. I'm sorry, 63% favorite to win the hand. And right now I have a nice flush draw on this simulator, and I've been bet here by the person under the gun, and I'm going to call that. And I just hit my flush. I have a king high flush, and they checked to me, so I'm guessing they missed their flush. So I'm going to bet this out a little bit, not too much. I don't want them to go away, and they just raised me. Now, the way that they're acting, and I may have to put them on an ace high flush draw, which would be very unfortunate if I have a king. So I'm going to kind of slow down here because I'm not crazy about this re-raise. And the board has not paired. I'm going to bet for value. And I take it down. Okay, 7-6 offsuit. There is a raise here under the gun. Generally, when people raise in early positions, they have to have a stronger hand because there's too many people behind. I'm going to bring you back to the tournament where I have pocket sixes. So I'm first to act here. I'm going to bring it in with a raise. 3 times the big blind is the standard raise I do. One of the things I try to do is keep my raises monotonous. 3 times the big blind, 3 times the raise. If somebody raises me and I'm going to re-bet them or re-raise them, I'm going to do it 3 times their bet. And the size of my bets, 3-7, even though the suited is garbage. Don't play garbage hands in the tournament. This is really a long-term endeavor. You don't want to try to win this all in one hand. It's a slow grind, so you have to be patient. One of the things I was just talking about was, and I can't remember, but oh yeah, I was talking about the positions. Okay, so we're looking at 4-8 offsuit. That's garbage. Gonna fold that. And I'm sorry, I had a bit of a brain fart. I forgot what I was talking about. But if anybody's out there wants to remind me, just put it in the chat box and ask me, hey, you started talking about this and you didn't finish, which I tend to do a lot. I'm not very good at multitasking. I can do one thing really well, but many things, yeah, we'll see how it goes. The more I practice, the better it gets, I guess. We'll go back to the simulator. I was talking about this particular starting hand, 7-6 offsuit. As you can see, I'm raised pre-flop now. One of the things I could do with this is I could, I got so many different, I have two different mice that I'm using. I can bring in the entire game on board here. I can load the entire hand. And this is 7-6. This is what I'm gonna fold this hand, but I want you to take a look at what's behind here. The only thing you can really beat pre-flop is a 6-3 offsuit. Everybody else has got a higher hand than you just to the get-go, and that's why you want to really not fall in love with these hands. Let's bring it back to the tournament. I have ace-8 suited. I do want to see a flop with this, so I'm going to just call it. If I'm re-raised, I'm going to have to let this go unless I have position. But it's a little early in the tournament to be pulling moves, so I'm just kind of playing it straight a little bit right now. Try to build up my stack when possible. Okay, the button raised me. I got one caller. I'm sandwiched here. I'm going to call it. It's 300 to call, 951. So I'm going to call it again, 3-1 on my money, and I have a nice flush draw there. So hopefully I can stick around and try to catch something. Now I can do that. Hopefully my spade will come. But I got to tell you, if you sit around waiting for your hand to come, you're going to be in a little bit of a trouble. I'm going to give a little half-pot size bet there. Hopefully I can get some people out of the way and just take it down now. But if I can't, at least I have a semi-bluff with the flush draw at the nuts. So the 7 Tumaki is thinking, do I have that jack? And I don't, and I take it away. See? If I would have sat around waiting for my flush to come, it may not have come, and then what would I do? It's better to bet into it. I like to bet my draws. And kind of sounds a little silly, huh? I'm betting my draws. I got to keep my draws clean if I'm going to bet them. But anyway, okay, let's go back to the simulator here. As I was mentioning, you have 7-6. A lot of folks like to play this hand, but when you have 4 people behind you, it's really tough. And if you can, I can simulate 5,000 hands on this. And as you can see, I'm only going to win this hand 10% of the time. So I'm basically a 4-1 underdog. Let's go back to this to the live tournament where I'm the big blind here. I'm going to check it there, and I hit my 9, and I'm going to call this. I got to put them on a jack or a 10 because generally what I don't have, they have. And he checks the checks the turn, so I'm going to bet it out as if I've got the jack. And if he calls, then I'm going to put him on the jack, and he doesn't. Probably had the 10. Or maybe he didn't. He maybe had a small pocket pair. The nice thing about the simulator is you can kind of look at the hands and practice your reading. All right, what's going on here? Get a little flashy. 7-9 offsuit. I'm going to let that go. Having some technical difficulties in this. Let's go to the other screen. We try to reload the that particular screen because it was starting to flicker. I don't understand why it was doing that. All right, I got this going again. Let's see if this will work. All right, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties. For some reason, one of my screens went out, and I'm trying to get it back. It started flickering. That was kind of strange. But I think I got it now, and it should be okay. There we go. Nice, just in time for ace queen. And I have a raise, so I'm going to call this. Ace queen is one of the secondary tier hands. It's not a top tier hand. It's ace king. It's dominated. Pocket aces, pocket kings, pocket queens, pocket jacks. Even tens can be a problem, but even with tens, you still got two overs. And swing and a miss, I missed that. Now this is a trick I always do. Whenever you see a pair and one over, you generally bet it out. If he checks this turn, I'm going to bet the turn myself, but he does. I got to put him on a pocket pair. Unfortunately, I don't have anything here, so I'm going to let this go before I get too deep because I can't really draw to anything substantial. Nice hand. I got ace jack here. I'm first to act. I'm going to bring it in 3 times the big blind. And okay, so we can represent that king. I don't have a flush draw now. I don't like the flush draw that's out there, so I'm going to bet it strong as if I have the king. And if anybody is on the draw, I want them to pay in the event that they missed. So I'm going to bet this strong again. Get a half pot. I got to put him on a king. I'm going to have to check it because I think I'm beat here. Yeah. Might have had pocket nines. Maybe he had ace king. Oh, maybe he had a backdoor flush. But anything there kind of beats me, so I'm going to have to let this go, even though the pot odds tell me I should call this. But I know I'm beat, so when you beat, you beat. Gotta trust your reads. I wish I would have been able to see his hand. But that kind of hurt me, that hand. It just knocked me down pretty much. Let's take a look over here. What's going on? How come I can't see the... There we go. Okay, we have 19 players in the hand. Presently, I'm in 11th place. All right, the top 4 are getting paid. First place is 300. And just in time for Jack 6 offsuit, let that go. When you're in an early position, you got to make sure your kickers are decent. So Jack 6 offsuit is certainly not a good kicker, so you don't want to play that with so many people behind you. The rule of thumb is, will you be able to call a re-raise with the hand that you have in early position? If you can't do it, don't get involved with the hand. You might try to limp in, but eventually you're going to get caught, and it's a waste of chips at a time that these chips are pretty fragile. Okay, I'm in the big blind, and it cost me 80 to call 364. I'm going to call this. And I picked up a straight draw with a backdoor flush. So I like this flop. And he's going to bet it out. I'm putting him on a ace king maybe, something like a stronger ace. And I just hit my straight. So I'm going to bet that out. Hopefully he doesn't have a 9-10. That would be pretty bad. And I take that down. Okay. 4-6. See, that's why sometimes you gotta, if the pot odds are there, you want to make the call even though you have a marginal hand. But sometimes if you beat and you feel that you're beat, even though the pot odds are there, you don't want to waste your chips. Your chips are like soldiers. And you want to send them into battle with the best probability of winning. Okay, so I got none of this. If we go back to the simulator here, you can see with 7-6 offsuit, with 3 people behind you, you have about a 10% chance of winning. That's basically, you're a 4-1 underdog. So that's why you have to be very disciplined with the hands, especially in early position. So I'm going to fold this particular simulator here. 7-2 offsuit in the tournament, so there's nothing really there to see. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, King Deuce is not a good starting hand, especially in early position. Too many people behind me. I'm going to let that go. And I would have had a too high flush draw. So that would have been pretty silly to continue with. I would have liked to see what he had. Okay, Queen 8 of hearts, but there's a raise before me. So Queen 8 of hearts, as you can see, is about a 47% favorite against one player. But I'm facing 3, 4, 5 players behind me. So right now I'm about a 16% equity, or 16% probability of winning, of strength in pre-flop. So as you can see, some people will play this, and you might want to play this later in the tournament when you're short stacked. But you certainly don't want to call this hand. Because you see, a lot of people think, oh, 8 queen, of hearts, it's a hand. No, this is a hand that you can raise with, but it's not a hand that you can call with. There's a very important distinction. Even though we're talking about the same 8 queen of hearts, there's a big difference whether you're bringing it in as a raise or if you're calling it. And that's what you got to start to figure out in this game. Okay, so we're going to let this go and let the simulator continue. And bring it back to the tournament here. I have a weak ace. I'm going to limp in with it. Actually, no, I'm sorry. No, I'm going to bring it in for a raise 3 times the big blind. I'm not crazy about doing that because it tells everybody, hey, I have an ace, But I need to thin out the field because it's a very weak hand. If I'm re-raised, I probably I have to let it go unless it's a small re-raise. I'd like to, yep, good. I have position now. As you can see, I last to act in this hand, which is nice. Okay. And that's a pretty ugly flop for me, but I'm going to bet it out like I got it. Hopefully this guy will just go away. And I'll be able to steal this pot. because I really don't have anything here except ace high. No, he's calling me. I gotta put him on a king. And let's do another half pot. See if he can go away. Take that away from him. And he's calling me all in. Goodness sakes. I gotta put him on the king. Maybe king, queen. Probably. I gotta put him on king, queen. And I don't have anything I can call with. And the other thing too is I don't want to show how weak of a hand I was playing in early position. So I'm making it seem like this is a really tough decision for me. And I'm going to lay it down because I don't even have a pair. Nice hand. All right, that hurt me a little bit. Okay, I got to bring this in as a raise, pocket raise. Right now I have about 8 orbits, so it's starting to get a little critical for me early in this tournament. I played a couple of hands that the flop just wasn't with me. So I need to start getting a little aggressive here because I want to make sure I don't get below. All right, let's see if anybody's got a. I'm gonna check this. I wanna try to get my chips back up above 20. Hey, what is this? News? Get out of here. I'm playing on my phone. I'm gonna, boy, it's hard to call this here, but it's only 400. So I'm gonna, okay. Let's see if he's got a flush. And he doesn't, and I'm able to steal that one. Oofa! Boy, that was a hairy 3 high flush there. But I got lucky on that one. I'm looking at 10-6 offsuit in the big blind. I got about 12 orbits. You got to keep track of your orbits. With 12 orbits, you want to loosen up a little bit more, and you need to play your positions. Right now, it costs me $200 to see an $855 pot. With 10-6 offsuit, it's a terrible hand, but I gotta call it because I'm getting the pot odds. And I have a gut shot with a backdoor weak flush. I'm gonna check that. I got a gut shot draw. 500, I can't really call this. I need the 8 and I need 2 spades in there. No, I gotta let this go. Nice hand. All right, jacking off. No, the hand is jacking off. A jacking off suit. What are people thinking? Jacking off is really a bad hand, but in my position, I need to start making a little bit of plays. But unfortunately, it's not a hand I can call without a position. So I'm going to let this go, unfortunately, because I've been raised before. And of course, it comes out with 2 kings. But I might have been dominated on the king. It'll be interesting to see if Caldero. And I would have had a full house. I hate when this happens. This is poker. This is just typical poker. You fold the hand, and then you flop a flush. I mean, a full house. Okay, now I'm in better position here, so I'm going to kind of try to work it a little bit more. That was pretty unfortunately, because I could have really used those chips. Okay, let's bring this up to 3 times the big blind. Oh, this was raised. Okay, I didn't even... I'm looking, I thought that was the big blind at 200. I thought it was 100, 200. But I gave a little min raise there. It's kind of a little silly. Is he coming all in? Should have a pretty decent hand. I'm probably dominated. I thought he was the big blind. I missed that one. And he re-raises me. I'm going to call it. It's 300 to call 1400. And I do have position here. And didn't mean to re-raise that. Okay, I hit my ace. Hopefully he doesn't have an ace. Let's find out. Okay, can you beat a 4? No, and I take it away. Thank you. Okay, 5-6 offsuit. If I'm first to act, I may. I'm raised. I gotta fold this. I can't call. You can't call with a weak hand. You can raise 5-6 offsuit if you want to be aggressive, but you can't call 5-6 offsuit. It's a big difference. Dial 514 there to my right is showing strength by raising it, and all of a sudden I got an all in. So I would have been really sandwiched in there with that hand. I believe it was Dan Harrington that wrote about having what he called first and vigorish. You're the first one in the pot with a nice strong hand, and you have what they call fold equity on your side. Jack 7 offsuit is garbage. I'm going to let that go, especially in early position with so many people behind me. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I got about 20 orbits now, which is nice because you want to stay above 20 orbits. Once you're above 20 orbits and chips, that means you can pretty much play however you want. You don't have to be so careful about, I can't play small pocket pairs, I can't play suited connectors, because all those things come into play. First to act here, I'm going to bring it in with a raise, and I'm going to make sure that I pay attention to who's the big blind. Last time I thought the person who raised was the big blind. And that's an all-in, King 10 offsuit. Unfortunately, I can't really call a King 10 offsuit. I'm hoping somebody else comes in so I can just bow out gracefully. Because I'm probably looking at an ace here. The pot odds, it's 1,800 to call 2,600. It's not worth it to me, so nice hand. Okay, Queen 9. That's one of the problems with playing mediocre hands in early position. You got to be willing to call in a raise. I was willing to call in a raise, but certainly not an all-in raise for that, because that can really hurt me. I'm probably up against an ace, so you're behind the 8-ball off the top, so it's not the optimum play. Okay, interesting here. This is a really scary board. He raises all in and fold. I was going to say, whoever bets next is going to take this down. Okay, Queen Deuce offsuit is garbage. Throw it away. Too many people in the way. Queen 4 over here. I can just hold that. Not much happening in the simulator either, so that's why we're back in the live game. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And follow me on Twitch, pokerfaceshow.net. Pokerfaceshow.net is my address, and I have pocket threes here. And there's an all-in. Generally, if I was a little bit more short-stacked, I would call this, but I'm going to let it go because pocket threes are really not a great place to call. Hopefully somebody else will get in there and knock them out. All right, King 5 offsuit. I'll take a look at it for 60, but I'm not going to invest any more than that. Yeah, that's a fold. Can't call with King 5 off. Take a really quick look over here, and this is an easy fold. So right now what I'm just, okay, here we go. We have some position here. So now I need to be a little bit more active if I can. I got to be careful because people are starting to shove. And we'll bring that in with a raise on the button. Try to steal the blinds. If you can take a blind down every revolution, I'll hit my deuce. Keymaster got any of that? He says he does. I'm going to call him and hopefully I can improve here. There we go. Beautiful. Hopefully I'm not looking at pocket kings. The board looks pretty innocuous. What is this? So I'm going to just kind of call this. I'm not really afraid. Oh, there might have been a straight out there. So it's time to shove. Hopefully I'm not looking at a straight. There we go. Wow, I knocked them out. All right, cool. I tend to knock a lot of people out, not because I'm any good or anything at it. It's just that I tend to bet, pot-sized bets. And it just happens that way that, people call me and they get in a lot of trouble because when I have it, I have it. And when I don't, I try to get away from it as early as I can. Okay, queen deuce, that's an easy fold. Go back to the simulator over here. 3-6 on the big blind, so we're gonna just check that one. And I have a 6 high flush draw with 3 to 2 other players. So I'm gonna put a half pot size bet on that. And I get raised again. I'm gonna call it. Unfortunately, my 6 high flush. There we go. He checked the turn, so that's good for me. So let me put in a pot size bet. And I'll take that down. Okay. We're going to go back to the tournament here where I just got dealt ace queen first to act, and I brought it in with a raise. 3 times the big blind. And okay, I do have a queen of hearts. And I'm going to have to call this because the pot odds are there. Come on. I think I still have them though. Yeah, I still gotcha. I got another knockout. All right. You got to take the emotion out of poker and just kind of do the math and follow the numbers and just kind of trust yourself. That put me in a nice position now. King 3 offsuit. I'm going to play a little bit more stack conservation when possible. I folded that hand. Let's take a look at what's in play here. All right, that put me up in 3rd place now. See, whenever I do that, it starts to flicker. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing that because it kind of freaks out the program. Okay, so let me go back to the simulator here. Unfortunately, okay, and now I just figured out why it starts to flicker. So every time I go to that other screen, it kind of wigs everything out. So I'll try to avoid doing while it's on the screen. Okay, so we're over here. And there I am, Jack 5 off. If nobody comes in, I'm gonna bring this in with a. Oh, he did raise this 360. No, I gotta let it go. All right, so now I know I have to check the the standings with my because I'm actually this that you're seeing here is actually my phone. That's why you keep seeing the. It's an extra screen for me. It's a lot less clicking. I can just tap my phone and play. So it makes it a lot easier because I have two different mice. Or should I say mouses? No, mice. One is for the simulator, which is an old Windows XP PC, which is the only thing that runs this software because this software is unavailable. Nobody really wants simulators to play anymore. So you go figure. You can play online, so why buy a simulator, right? Okay, that was a raise there. I'm gonna call this with ace jack offsuit. I do have position, so I'm comfortable. And there's my jack with backdoor flush. I'm gonna bet this strong because I have position here and I don't want anybody drawing on me. So I'm gonna re-raise it. It's 600, 18. So I'm gonna raise it to about 18, 1773. Hopefully I'm not looking at a big pocket pair. And we'll know, maybe I am. We're gonna give that another pot, half a pot, because I do have the flush draw. And he called me. I'm gonna check it down. I don't think I'm good. See, oofa. I had a feeling that guy was being sneaky with me. He had ace king. He had his, oh my goodness. Wow, what a read on me. Wow, that was a good read from my point. Even though it cost me a lot of chips, I almost bet it out, and he was waiting for me with the nuts. He had made his nuts already on the, actually I think it was on a flop he had me already. So I was just playing right into him, and I didn't like the fact that he kept calling me so effortlessly, and that made me suspicious. And I'm glad because that just that hurt me, that hand. And unfortunately, I had the jack, but he had ace king, so I was totally dominated. And not only that, but he was also suited, so I was able to get away from that. Okay, I got to start playing a little bit aggressive again. Here goes pretty big. Okay. This is somebody raised before me. I'm gonna actually let this go because I'm totally dominated. I got about 11 orbits at this point, so I have to be careful. If I get below 10 orbits, then small pocket pairs and suited connectors become unplayable unless I bring them in with a raise, and they're very speculative hands, so we got to be careful. Okay, 7-9 offsuit is no good. Throw that away. Boy, I'm so glad I got away from that hand. He was waiting for me, and I really wanted to bet into it because I thought I had him. I had put him on ace king. I really did have him on ace king, but I didn't know he had the ace king flush high nuts. I certainly didn't put them on clubs. The reason I didn't put them on clubs is because I had one of the clubs. There were 3 clubs on the board, so those are cards that generally reduce the probability that he's going to have 2 clubs, and he had that hand. So that's a pretty interesting hand. Maybe I'll make a highlight reel of that later. Getting away from the nuts. Or should I say betting into the nuts and then realizing how you were almost duped. Okay, so there's a minimum raise here. I'm on the big blind with ace deuce offsuit. It cost me 150 to see 709, so I have to call. The pot odds are getting interesting now. And I hit my 8. I'm going to check it to the raiser. He'll do a continuation bet. Then I will call, and if he checks, then I will bet. No, I'm not going to bet. I'm going to bet her now. Hopefully he missed that, and I can take it down. Thank you. All right, queen jack. I might be able to raise this hand if I can get there. I'm last to act. I'm small blind, so I'm in terrible position. I'm just going to call this. It's 75 to see 882. And there's my queen. So I gotta bet this strong, in case anybody's got a flush draw out there. Maybe king queen's got me dominated. Oh, there's the flush draw. Let me act like I got there. And I can take it away. Okay, beautiful. All right, queen 9 offsuit. Not a great hand whatsoever, but my position is good. So if I can get in here, I'll bring it in with a raise, unless I'm raised before. Like that, then I will fold. You see the difference? If he doesn't raise, I'm raising. But if he raises, I'm folding. I'm not calling. You can't call these hands. You can only bet them. You can only raise them. They're not calling hands. You don't want to call with mediocre hands. Even though I did have position and I would have hit my queen, of course. Every time I've been folding tonight, I've been hitting the flop. It's terrible, but that's poker. You can't get upset. You just got to get. I would have been dominated with a king queen. Oh, 3 queens there. Ouch! He got knocked out. Man, what a hand. All right. Ace 10 is a very marginal hand. There's a raise and another call, so this is not great. I'm only playing this because I have position. If somebody re-raises, I'm probably going to let this go because I'm very dominated here with a raise under the gun and a caller. I'm looking for a jack, and hopefully I'll get it. And not liking that queen at all. Everything out there beats me except the 4, and I doubt these guys are playing 4s. There's a heart draw out there. Come on, I need that jack, and the heart got there. I think I can steal this. If they check again, I'm gonna do a nice pot-sized bet because it's a really scary board out there. I might be able to steal this. Position, position, position. You see that, folks? That's how it works. Okay. Don't try this at home. No, just kidding. Try it at home. Try it at home. Try it. Please try it at home. Try it every place you can. If you can get it, take it. All right. No chatters out there. Okay. If you want to play me, send me an email at info@pokerfaceshow.net. That's info@pokerfaceshow.net. And say, I want to play you online live. And if you beat me or if you win, because we might have other people playing too. It might be a couple of different hands, a couple of different players at a time. So if you survive, you will get a Amazon gift card, absolutely free. So hopefully we'll have a good time playing together and learn and have some fun. It's really what it's all about. And hey, I have 2 different mice, and I'm using the wrong mouse to click on the wrong screen. Okay. I'll get better at this, folks. I promise. I think this is like my 2nd week, maybe my 3rd week doing this. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it because I said, I'm playing poker at night anyway. So if I can transmit and meet people and show them my secrets, hey, the more the merrier. Why not? Yeah, we got an all in there. 8s against jacks. Ouch. Okay, blinds are going up. King 10 offsuit. This is a very weak hand in my position. I'm going to let that go. I've got about 18 orbits. At this point, You want to play positioned. You don't want to get involved with a mediocre hand in early position. It's a recipe for disaster. Again, king 5, same thing. All right, go back to the simulator here for a minute. I got ace 5 in the big blind. As you can see, ace 5 is about a 50% favorite. We're going to go back to the tournament. I'm on the big blind here, 10-4. I'm going to check it. Hopefully I can get to see a flop. And I can't call an all in, unfortunately. Now we're 10-4, so this is an easy fold. The thing you got to be weary about now is that since people are starting to get desperate, they're going to start shoving all in. So you don't want to get involved unless you have the best of it, because what you want them to do is to knock each other off. Because when they knock each other off, they push you more into the money. I believe as the top 6 get paid in this tournament. I think it was like 30 or 40 of us. So I'm going to let this go. Obviously, I can't call that raise. Last time I looked at the tournament, my phone started flickering. So I'm going to try to avoid that. But, okay, we got the button now. And we got queen 10, a marginal hand, but we have great position, so hopefully we can steal some pots. The problem is, yeah, king 10 cost me $450 to see $1,000. I'm going to call this only because I have position. If somebody else shoves it all in, I'm going to have to let it go. This guy Bauer 13 he's pretty big stack, so I gotta be careful of him. I'm gonna call like if I had that 5. If he checks the turn, I'm gonna bet this out. And I gotta put him on the king because I certainly don't have anything to call with, so I'm gonna let this go. Generally, when people bet the turn, they're pretty serious, or they're just really full of it. 8-6 offsuit, I can't call. Going back to the simulator, I was mentioning to you with make that a little bigger. There we go. With ace 5, you're about a 50% favorite against one player. And I've got 2 players here behind me. So with 2 players, you're looking at about a 31% equity. I just folded in the tournament, in the live tournament. So what you want to do is you want to try to raise this only so you can thin out the field a little bit and try to get heads up, so it'll give you a 50-50 shot. An ace on the button is too strong of a hand for me to fold with 2 players in the hand. So I'm going to bring this up to 450. Hopefully I can take this down. No problem. All right. 10 deuce, the Doyle Brunson hand. There's a nice raise before me, so I gotta let this go. What do you have? Ace queen. Okay, I got a pocket pair here. and I can bring it in for a raise. I'm sorry, he brought it in for a raise. Kate brought it in for a raise. I got one caller, so I'm going to call. Now, here's the thing with small pairs. You want to see a flop. If you hit your set, you're a happy camper. If you don't hit your set, you let it go. That's it. You don't try to chase and get the turn and yada yada. You don't want to do any of that. So I missed the flop, but they let me have a free look. So I'm going to check and get another card. And I don't have any of that, so I have to let it go. I have to put Kate on an ace. Maybe there's got to be an ace out there. Maybe ace king, ace queen, ace 10. There's the queen king. And pocket aces over there for Kate. So, yeah, I'm glad I didn't hit. Well, I'm glad I didn't hit my 4. It's a good hands to kill you. All right, so let's go back to the tournament. I'm on the big blind with 7-3. Obviously, I can't call a raise with this, but I can see a flop, and I get a walk. Thank you, I needed that. Okay, so where are we? 3-2 offsuit is absolute knockout. I got about 11 orbits, and there's a raise there, so that's an easy fold. I'll let that go. Yeah, I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit because now I'm gonna be near the button and I start to get active. Oh, aces against ace king. There's the king. And the aces win. It is a knockout there. This is a knockout tournament. You get a couple of dollars for knocking out people. I got 2 knockouts so far. I got queen jack suited on the button, so that's nice. That's certainly a raising hand. If I can raise it. And somebody raised it for me, all in. Cost me 11.58 to see 25.99. Here's the thing. I'm probably looking at an ace or a king. And Nuts only 5-4-3 brought it in with a raise. He'll probably going to call. So I'm going to get out of the way because with an all-in, my position is worthless. That's the only defense against position is going all in because you just disappear the position. It becomes pointless. Hopefully Nuts only will call and we'll knock some people out of here and move us closer to the money. Yeah, I told you I was up against an ace and a king, and I totally would have missed that completely. Wow, you just got 2 knockouts there. I'm sorry, 1 knockout. Okay, jack 6 offsuit is no good. Let that go. Wow. Yeah, it's important to stay out of people's way. Let them knock each other off. And the more they knock themselves out, the higher you get pushed into the money. So let them do it. Encourage them. Root them on. Tell them, you can do it. You can do it. Yes, you can. Sí se puede. All right. So where are we? Well, I'd like to see how many players are left, but last time I did that, the computer wigged out on me. All right, 10 jack against king 9. 8, 9, 10 jack, queen. That looks like a straight over there. Yep, it is. And we got another knockout. All right, looks like it's getting pretty interesting here. Queen 9 offsuit, I gotta let that go. Looking at queen 8 and the simulator's very marginal hand. This is a nice example here that I like to always go to. I can actually bring the entire board. And I can simulate the hand. Now look at when you look at this type of hand, we'll come back to this because right now I'm on the big blind in the tournament. Okay, we're gonna check it, take a free look, and a swing and a miss. I got none of that, but I'm gonna give it a little half pot, see if I can steal it. Take a move, and I take it down. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, that's oh, I got a raise there. I can't call in this position with the thank you hand, unfortunately. Yeah, we're back on the button with 7 deuce offsuit. What can we do with 7 deuce? There used to be I think it was Poker Stars years ago. Oh, gotta let that go. That's an all in. Can't call with 7 deuce offsuit. I think it was Poker Stars or one of those other early online. Oh, this is interesting. Here, there's a straight. No straight. It's a pair of tens. Oh, and he didn't knock him out. He did. He must be upset. Flying aces. Must be a little upset that he didn't get to knock him out. I'm gonna let this go. All right, 5-6 suited. That's an all in. I guess I can call this. Maybe I get lucky and knock them out. Please don't raise me. Listen, folks out there, if somebody's all in, don't raise the other people out of the hand. Stay in the hand. Keep everybody in the hand. That way it'll be 3 against 1. This guy's going to bet, and he's going to bet me out of the hand. I might have 5-5 or 6-6 behind here, and he's going to bet me out of the hand and probably keep this guy in the hand. Hopefully he's got something. But if you have somebody all in, don't just check it down with the other players. It'll be 3 against 1, and somebody's bound to beat him. And now these idiots are going to go. Well, this guy Bauer 1-3-1-3. He keeps betting into this guy. He should just check it, man. Just check it. You knock this guy out, you move all the closer to the money. Anyway, that's just me. There you go. Now he's just got re-raised. All right, interesting. This is probably a straight out there. Who's got the jack? Who's got the jack? Somebody missed her flush draw. I'm guessing the jack of clubs is out there. Yep, there it is. And he's got the knockout. All right, nice hand. Well, my suited connector certainly wouldn't have done anything here, but it moves us closer to the money. Higher and higher, baby. That's right. All right, we're about to go into the big blind, so I'm going to hang out here for a little bit. But I want to go back to the simulator, and I want to show you something that I think you might find of value. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, ace 10. 5-minute breaks. Okay, good, because I've been drinking a lot of water, so it's starting to show. Okay, what do we got here? An ace 10. Nobody. I think I'm going to raise this up. So everybody just links this in. No. Let's raise it up. Like I just steal my own blind. Steal my own big blind. All right, 7-7 deuce. I don't think he's got any of that. I'm just going to do a half a pot. And hopefully I can take this down now. Thank you. All right, we're on a 5-minute break. And I'm going to go to the men's room. But I'll be right back. Momentarily. All right, we're back. We're still on a break. I kind of figured out how I can fix that flickering screen, so that may not be a problem anymore. All right, we're back. 7-10 offsuit in the small blind. Extremely marginal hand. It's 125. Hey, I want to show my face. 125 to call. Oh, they just raised it there, so that takes care of that. I don't know. Does anybody recognize my big schnoz? Am I giving away my my identity here by showing my schnoz? It's just this mask. You know, it's a custom pokerfaceshow.net mask, but it fogs up my glasses because I got glasses. I got the sunglasses going, so it kind of fogs up my sunglasses. So I want to. I actually like this look better. This looks more gangster. You know, I'm here to make a bank withdrawal. I do like it better like this. Oh, look at that, 6'4". Are you kidding me? He calls it 6'4". Boy. Okay, these blinds are moving up now. Jeepers, I'm back down to 8, almost 9 orbits up. Suited connectors become unplayable, but I'm gonna bring this up for a min raise. Play my position and hopefully steal the blind, and I did. Thank you. Yeah, these blinds are getting pretty big. Let's try that again. First in vigorish. Thank you very much, Dan Harrington. Dan Harrington had a great study on Texas Holdem. I urge you all to check it out. But he always talked about having first in vigorish. He talked about going all in. Obviously, I don't need to do that yet. And see, he just did that. He might have a crappy hand, but I have probably a crappier hand, but he's got all in. I'm going to let that go because he knows what I'm doing. He probably read that Dan Harrington book. Okay, I'm moving into middle position here. I can't really play these hands, so I got to let it go. Okay, we're going to go back to the simulator because I wanted to show you something that I think you might like. The simulator enables me to run $5,000 hands, and you can see what your probability is. Let me get out of the way. So 10 Queen 8 offsuit is about a 10% favorite against 5 players, and as you can see, granted you're dominating here, Queen 7, but one of your outs is taken here. Here's one of your 8s is gone. So these are all things you have to calculate when you're trying to figure out if you should play a hand or not. Always subtract an out. I'm going to give a class on that. But you want to always, overcompensate a little bit on your calculations that somebody might have had one of the cards that you needed, so you have to reduce that probability from your calculations. Here's another 8. Somebody has your 8. Somebody's got your queen. So those are all cards that are not coming for you. So that's all I got to say about that. So this is an obvious fold, but it's easy to say, oh, Queen 8 offsuit folded, but I like to show you why. And Guru wins the hand. All right, King 8, I cannot call. I'm going to fold that. I'm on the big blind here in the tournament, so let's go back to that. Hopefully I get a free look. 8-3 offsuit. Certainly not the best hand in the world, but I don't like the fact that the person under the gun came in, but he's probably got a decent hand. And there's my 8. I'm going to bet that out. Give it a nice pot size bet, because I don't like the 2 hearts out there, and there's also a possible straight draw out there with the 8 and 10. So my bet sizing, that's what I was going to mention before that I forgot. My bet sizing is contingent upon the texture of the flop. If the flop is very wet, meaning it has a lot of draws out there, flush draws, straight draws, I like to do pot size bets. Here we go. And I'm going to make like I made that flush. And I take it down. So if the board is the opposite, which is called a dry board, if it's a dry board, there's no straights out there, there's no flush, it's all what they call rainbow, all different suits, then I do like a half pot or maybe even less, because I'm not really concerned about anybody sucking out on anything here. It cost me $150 to call 1,100, so I'm going to call that with 8-9 offsuit. 8 my position, but I did hit the 9, so I'm going to give that a half a pot. Flying aces may have an ace in his position, because he was under the gun. So I can't put him on an ace or a queen. Big blind is calling. Yep, see? Flying aces has an ace. So I'm going to let them go, and hopefully the big blind will take care of him. There we go. And they both have aces. Look at that. Wow, aces and 8. That's a knockout there, bud. Oh, you didn't knock him out. Wow, that was crazy hand. I'm glad I was able to get away from that. Okay, I got about 12 orbits. I can't call a raise with 8-9 offsuit, even if I do have position. If I had a bigger stack, I would. I need to get my stack above 20 again. All right, the Doyle Brunson hand, 10 deuce. Not a very good hand in my opinion, but it did well for him. It was a great hand for Doyle. He won the World Series of Poker tournament. That was one of the first major ones, going heads up. I can't remember who he played with. I think Mike Carroll comes to mind. These are old-timers. Doyle is still playing, though. God bless him. He's still out there laying down hands and, flopping monsters and using the back door, like he always said. Sometimes you got to come in through the window. And he does. So kudos to Doyle and his 10 deuce. Always living poker history. All right, so there's not much happening in the simulator, so I'm kind of letting that play out. 5-7 off. Garbage hand. Don't want to play it in that position at all. I got about 10 orbits. Once I start getting below 10 orbits, then small pocket pairs and suited connectors become unplayable unless you're going to bring them in for a raise. So you got to be careful. Yeah, these blinds are coming around pretty fast. All right, we'll go back to the simulator here unless I get a hand. Okay, we're looking at 7-9 offsuit and the big blind, so we got a free look there. I'm going to check it. Okay, whenever you see this, you see 2 jacks and a queen, like a pair on the flop and 1 over. Always bet it. Bet it strong, and I can't guarantee you anything in poker, but I assure you that most of the times you're going to take that pot away. Like that. All right, at 8-4. Oh, so wow. That was a raise. 6-7. Offsuit. It cost me $200 to see an $825 pot, so I'm going to call that. And I hit my 7. Again, the flush is out there, so I'm going to do a nice pot-sized bet. Hopefully I can take it down, and I do. Okay, boy. Let's go back to the action over here. I got ace-king, ace-4 suited on the button, under the gun. So I'm going to raise this up. I would like to get involved, but I don't like my position. If I'm re-raised, I have to let this go, but I do have to make some moves because I don't want to dwindle down too much. Now, according to what people are seeing is that I have a really, really strong hand, and I don't. Ace-4 is really not a great hand, but it's good enough to take down the blinds, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you sit around waiting for your hands to come, they're not going to come, so you have to make moves in tournament play. And that's just the way it is, and you got to be mindful of the orbits that you have left, because that's going to dictate how you're going to play. Okay, that's a raise there. I cannot call 4-3. I mean, it's 800 to see a... I'm going to let it go. When in doubt, throw it out. Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty weak hand. I mean, the pot odds were there, but it's such a weak hand, and I'm out of position, so it's pretty easy. Okay, it's 200 to see 1400, so I'll call that. Jack 8 offsuit, and great! I'm going to have to let this go. Hopefully, you got served will call him. And I'll get out of the way. I wish I could tap him under the table and say, hey, I'm folding. Go ahead, play him. I'm folding. Go ahead, don't worry about me. That's called play footsie. When you tap the person on the other hand, like, hey, I got a good hand. Fold. Okay, bud. Yeah, I got snagged. Come on, dude, what are you doing? Just call him. Come on. Call him. You can do it. Come on, get in there. Come on, call him. Call him. Ah, he folded. Too bad. All right, we're back on the button now, back in position. Time to make some moves. But when you're making moves, you got to put on the brakes as soon as you feel any resistance. There's a call here. So I'm not going to raise this because nuts only will probably call me. And there's a raise there. I can't call a raise. I'm going to let this go. 7-9 suited is really not great, even if I do have position. Yeah, so it would have been... Okay, that was an easy hand. Ace-9er. Okay, I'm going to try to raise this if I can, and I will. 3 times the big blind. If I'm re-raised, I'm going to have to let it go. But at least I have position. Oh, you got served on. He's got 3,600 behind. I might have to call him if he shoves. He's thinking about it. Because he tried that on me the last time. And I take it down. Thank you. Okay, pocket deuces. Well, pocket deuces, it's such a weak hand. I'm going to let this go. Only because if I'm re-raised, I can't call a re-raise with pocket deuces. I can call this first raise, but the re-raise I won't be able to call. And if it comes, there's too many people behind me. It may come, so. It'll probably be an all-in here, but you got served. He's trying to get in there. He's trying to jump in there. He needs to get in. And he was doing well before, and he got himself some bad luck. And now he's dwindling. Wish he would have tapped me under the table, and I could have played that hand. All right, 10-3 offsuit. An easy fold. Let's go back to the simulator. 10-8 suited here. With 2 people left in the hand, I'm gonna raise this up to a half pot. Try to steal the blind, and I do. All right, so let's take a look at the standings here in the simulator. Right now, I'm in second place in the simulator. This is actually a very good simulator. Let's go back to the tournament. I have a weak ace, and I just called it. Hopefully, I won't get re-raised. And there's my ace. All right, let's see if he's got a queen. And he doesn't. I take that down. Stick and move, baby. Stick and move. I got the 10Q hand with too many people behind me. If I'm going to bring this in for a raise, I can't call a re-raise, so I kind of have to let it go. I really want to play this hand, but my discipline is forcing me to play, correctly. Even though I want to loosen up because I feel like I need to get involved more. But we'll see how it goes. It's all about patience. Poker really showed me to be patient in life, where I was, at times in my earlier part of my life, I was very impatient, and that was not very good. I'm going to take a look at the standings here on the tournament. While I have, okay, right now I'm in 8th place. There is 16 people left. And top 7 are getting paid. They actually moved it out. So we'll go back to that. Let's see here. There we go. All right. Back to the action. Action. We want action. ACT. Uh-oh. Lines are going up now. Keepers, I'm back to 10 orbits, and the big blind with 3-5 offsuit. Whoa. Let's call that the poker face hand. No, I don't want that hand. Which is my favorite hand? My favorite hand is whatever represents your darkest dreams. If 3-5 offsuit makes nuts, then that's my favorite hand. So my hand is actually fluid. It's numerically fluid. All right, let's check that down and take a look at the flop. Hopefully we can flop a monster. Swing and a miss. No, I don't. I absolutely have nothing there. Everything beats me. I don't even have... If I do hit a backdoor flush, it's only a 5 high. So certainly not crazy about this flop. 3 people in the hand against me, and there's a bet. So I got to get out of the way. Hopefully these guys will knock each other out. Excellent. Got a caller here. Got some action. I am Scram now is going up against a big stack. That's what I was going to say. He better have a good hand because he's going to be put in. Okay, I got 9-8 suited on the small blind. And that's a raise. That's a minimum raise. Cost me $750 to see $23.90 at this point. Let's see how many callers I got. I should let this go, but I can't sit around away from my cards. Yeah, nobody else hinted that this pot's too small. It doesn't justify the call out of position. Too bad. Well, all right, here we go. Ace queen on the button. Let's get nasty. Okay, he's a big stack, so I'm not gonna mess with him. I gotta put him in a strong ace, so maybe a pocket pair. Hopefully I don't run into the nuts here. I need a 10 for a straight. 23-1 underdog. I'm gonna call this. I'm putting him on the king. And there's a nice heart. If he checks this, I will bet it. and I steal it away. Position, 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 folks. 2-4 offsuit, garbage. Like I tell you, the cards are not as important as positions because most of the times people aren't going to see the cards. Let me check the chat box here because I haven't been paying attention. All right. 10-4. That's the good buddy hand. I'll let that go. All right, go back to the simulator here. What is that? A call? The guru under the gun here. Guru under the gun here called. So I'm in later position. So I'm going to raise this up 3 times the big blind. It's 1200. Close enough. And I got position now, and I steal the pot. No problem. With 6-8 offsuit. That's all that hand is good for. Blinds are going up in the simulator as well. We got a coin flip over here. Let's take a look. And it looks like the pocket eights have knocked out ace queen. Wow. All right. Knock each other. Sis boom ba. Knock each other. Rah, rah, rah. Yeah. Everybody gets some. The more they get some, the more we move some. All right, pocket jacks in the simulator. I hate pocket jacks. I'm going to give you one of my tells. But before that, we're going to go back to the action because I got ace queen under the gun, which I'm going to raise 3 times the big blind. And I got 1 customer all in. All right, don't bet it. Please don't bet it. I will check it down. Just don't bet it. What an idiot. You better have that king, man. I'm going to have to fold this hand. Maybe I can call it. I do have it's only 1,500. I'm going to call this one. Will you stop betting? Ooh. I didn't hit my straight. I thought I hit my straight. He's saying all in. Okay, I hope he's got his 10. I'm going to get out of the way. You better have, king 10. What a monster hand he have. Why is he betting that? I guess he wants more money. Nice hand. Wow. But generally, he should have just checked it down. I wouldn't have bet into him. I mean, he doesn't know me from Adam. But it would have been 2 against 1. And the more we knock people out of the hand, the closer we move to the money. I can't call 5-6 offsuit. Sorry. All right, ace 7 in the small blind. I can't call an all in with this. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to call a raise with this. It's 1250 to see 2700. I got a weak ace. I'm probably extremely dominated, and I'm totally out of position. All right, check 9. Now we're back on the button. Now we can make a little bit more moves. And there's a minimum raise there. I'm going to call it only because I have position. I'm going to have a gut shot and need a 10. I'm going to float this like I got it. If he checks the turn, I will bet it. What are you going to do there, Bauer? Yeah, I guess he's got the king or the queen. I'm going to let it go. If I had more chips, I might try to make a play on him, but I think there's no getting him off that hand. Okay, 8-9 offsuit. There's a raise. I can't call it. Gotta let it go. Okay. If you want to tell, if you see me do like a pot-sized bet all of a sudden, like out of the blue, I probably have pocket jacks, pocket tens, pocket queens, not pocket queens, but pocket nines. Some stupid hand like that I don't want to play. I hate pocket jacks. So I'm going to do a nice pot size raise over here in this. And hopefully everybody will just go away. Thank you. I'm a happy camper just taking it down. I don't want to play jacks because I guarantee you, whenever you play jacks, queen 7 offsuit is garbage, by the way. Whenever you play jacks, there's always going to be a king, queen, or an ace out on the board. So I avoid pocket jacks like the plague. If I'm in early position, I play them strong, and if I'm in late position, I'll actually play them slow and hope the flop is set. Jack 7 offsuit. I'd like to play this hand. Okay, let's go back to the tournament because I have a weak ace here, and the blinds are going up. Oh, I just got raised. 1600. Actually, I wanted to call this, but I'm going to let it go. My discipline is telling me to let it go. It's a suited ace. It would be nice to get a nice flush draw out there, but if somebody raises all in behind me, I can't call the weak ace. I would have had position, too bad. Oh, there's the all in. See? I couldn't call this. I couldn't call this all in there. That would have put me all in with a weaker ace than ace king. See that? This is a typical race. Nice hand there, Bauer. All right, 10-8 under the gun. I gotta let it go. All right, coming back to the simulator here. The Jack 7, I would like to bring this in with a raise, but if you do the math, I mean, in this particular hand, I'm a 22% favorite. I mean, one of my outs here, the 7 is taken. That's it. This is actually a pretty good flop for me, but unfortunately, I'm going to fold this hand. I'm not going to cheat. Let's go back to the action in the live tournament here, where I'm under the gun. Somebody did a minimum raise, and I've got queen 8. It cost me 600 to see 2640, so I'm going to call it. My hand stinks, but I'm going to check that. Yeah, I got to put him on an ace. I don't have any of that. I'm going to let him go. I got to put him on an ace, obviously. I could, if I had more chips, I would have floated that and represented the ace, but I really have to be careful now because these blinds are killing me. I got to let this go. I'm about 7 revolutions. I'm going to bring that up with a minimum raise. Hopefully I can steal this. And I do. All right, I got to keep working this. I'll let that go. If somebody enters somebody calls the big blind before me, I can't try to make any moves because they obviously have a hand. Why did they limp in? I'm kind of surprised, but typical race. There's another knockout there. All right. Okay, we're starting to get a little short-handed here, so I'm going to bring this in for a raise with big slick. And I steal the blinds. I'm on the big blind now with 10-6 offsuit. Not a good hand, but I'm already priced in. I got a minimum raise here, 600 to see 2550. I'll call it. And I hit my 10. I'm going to check that. He's going to bet. I'm going to raise him up. And take it away. I want to put a stop to this guy. This guy Bauer, he's a bit of he calls a calling station, so you got to kind of play a little aggressive with him, get him off the hand. Because the last time I couldn't get him off the hand, he must have had a monster hand, or he just likes to. He's like a pit bull with a bone. King 8. I'm gonna have to bring this up for a minimum raise. Try to steal the blinds. Position, position, position. I can't call this, unfortunately, but I'm going to make it seem like it's a really, really tough decision, because if I just fold this right away, they're going to be like, oh, this guy's just raising the big blind, the button every time he gets it. So I got to make it seem like I'm really thinking about this, and I'm going to let it go. Nice hand there. Sinclair is the name. I don't know how to read that. CNCLY. Sinclair 1314. Okay, so what are we doing here? Wow, I think I'm in all in or fold. No, I have 6 orbits. I'm sorry, 6 orbits. If I get below 5 orbits, then I'm in all in or fold. So I need to pick up some orbits, lines. We're playing short-handed here. Minimum raise, I'm gonna call it 600 to see 2550. Wow, nice flop for me. I gotta check it, and if he bets it, I'm gonna raise him in, because there's a 10 out there. That'll be some trouble for me. So I'm gonna shove it. Yep. No queen, no queen, no queen. Yeah. Full house. Nice. All right, that was helpful. That gave me some breathing room here. 300 to see 1350. I'll call it with this garbage hand. Sinclair, you're killing me here. Nice hand. I gotta let it go. All right, AC Deucey on the button. Can't call a raise with that. Come on, Sinclair, why don't you shove all in with him, huh? Why is it only when I have a hand? Oh, should I say when I'm in the pot? All right, pocket 7s. Let's bring this up. And I steal it away. Pocket 7s are a great hand pre-flop. Once the flop comes out, they're pretty much worthless, so you gotta, it is what it is. All right, come on, knock each other, sis, boom, ba. Knock each other, rah, rah, rah. Really, dude, you had ace queen and you're just kind of sitting on it? Oh, this Ant Caldiero guy, he's tight passive. He plays good hands, but he doesn't really bet them out much, so that's interesting. You got to keep that in mind with this guy. It's a little harder when you're online because you can't really see tells. I'm going to be doing a class on tells, poker tells, because I gotta let this go. I was once involved in a cash game, and I had pocket jacks, which of course I hate, and I raised pre-flop. One of the guys calls, and the flop comes. It's a low flop. I do a continuation bet. I can't call this 9-10 offsuit. Do a continuation bet, and he calls. Anyway, long story short, he goes all the way down to the river. And this guy's calling me the whole way. I'm betting the whole way, and he's calling me the whole way. Really? Sinclair, you're going to do this to me again? I got an ace this time. Oh, it's 10,000? Shoot. Wow. I'm going to let it go. Shoot, he keeps getting me, man. I think I'm dominated, and I don't want to lose my chips. And with ace 4. I'm not really that desperate yet, but I can raise ace 4, but I can't call ace 4. That's the difference. Anyway, so this particular hand, I got jacks, and I'm betting it all the way. This guy's calling me all the way. The flop is really low. It's like 5s, 9s, deuce. So there's nothing really out there. And all of a sudden we get to the river and the guy goes all in. And I'm like, what? I'm looking at these pocket jacks. I'm looking at that flop and I'm saying, this guy called me the whole way. And nothing there looked like anything that he would want to call me with. I got it. This is 7 deuces, easy fold. And all of a sudden he's all in, and I'm thinking, did he hit a set? Did he have maybe pocket 8s, pocket 7s, or something, and hit his set? What do I do with this? I got pocket jacks. I think my jacks are good, but this guy's going all in. All of a sudden, it's a humongous pot. I mean, we were all in. This is crazy. It's a crazy cash game. I can't call Jack 10 offsuit. Anyway, so I didn't know what to do. I'm like, what am I going to do with this guy? So I remembered I had learned a trick about reading people. And it has to do with the feet. If people have a great hand, their feet are going to be in the running position. If you're going to run, like if you're going to do we got pocket queens here. Let's raise that up. If you're going to do... if you're going to do a race, the position that your feet are going to be in are going to be very distinct, probably one in front of the other, like you're going to be ready to take off. But let's shove this guy in now. I hate pocket jacks. Look at this. I walked right into this. I hate this. Man, I hate jacks. And that's that. I finished 11th. This stinks. I hate pocket jacks. But anyway, I think there's a pot limit Omaha tournament coming up soon. So that might be an interesting place to play. Oh man, that's so. I should have known better. But the money was going to go into the middle either way, But anyway, so I was telling you the story about this particular, situation. The guy's all in, so I'm like, so I take a look at the guy's feet, and he's got his legs wrapped around the chair. Like he's like he's got his feet like around the chair, like on both ends, like that, kind of like that. And he's trying to be real still. He doesn't want to move. He's trying to be real still. He's like, that is a bluff. Okay? If he had the nuts, his feet would have been like this. Like he's gonna take off. But when he's got his feet wrapped around the chair and he's trying to be still and not noticed, don't look at me, because I'm bluffing. I knew right then that the guy was bluffing after I looked at his feet. And I said, I call. He lost it. He's like, how can you call that? He's all pissed off. He had ace king. So, the moral of the story is, check out the feet. When you can't put a towel on the person, look under the table and check out the feet. If it's a girl, be careful. She might be wearing a skirt. Especially if her boyfriend's around or girlfriend's around. You might get in trouble, but check out the feet. And the feet will keep you from defeat. If you give me a second here, I'm going to see if I can get into this other tournament. Let's see if it's available. It's a pot limit Omaha. I love pot limit Omaha. It's a little different. It starts in 35 minutes. All right. And this one here is it's at 11. All right, so we got 35 minutes. We can kind of hang out for a little bit, and let's go back to the simulator over here. So that's a moral of that story. Check out the feet. So going back to this particular hand. We're going to analyze this. You see, Jack 7 is a 22% favorite. This actually, it's a random generator. This hand would have been pretty good to bring in. It usually would have been a worse picture than this with 6 people in the hand with you. I mean, at least you have an ace over here, you got a king over here that you got to dodge. One of your 7s is out. Your jacks are still alive apparently, so at 22, they're about a 4-1 underdog. My math isn't the best, but it's close enough for government work. So this is a pretty easy fold, even though this particular flop would have been pretty interesting to see. But I'm going to let that go. And we already looked at this hand, so we're going to zoom through it. All right. If anybody wants to play me, send me an email at info@pokerfaceshow.net, and we'll get you involved. If you beat me, or should I say if you win, because you can knock me out and still lose to another player, like another viewer. But if you have to win the hand, you have to win the game. If you win the game, you get a free Amazon gift card, absolutely free, no questions asked. We just need your email, and we'll send it to the email. All right, we're looking at Queen Jack 6 offsuit here. That's a garbage hand, so we're going to throw that away. I'm putting him on a strong ace, and this is obviously a pocket pair here. 2-9, Daniel's in. Daniel XN, that's a bluff. This artificial intelligence is really off the hook. It's amazing. Okay, Daniel Zen, I cheated and looked at him before, but I'm not going to look at him now. But I can tell he's a pretty loose cannon. But he's kind of raised all in here. So I'm going to let this go. I'm actually putting him on the top 1% of hands, meaning ace king, pocket aces, pocket kings, pocket queens, pocket jacks. Let's take a look and see what he's got. Pocket aces. Yeah, that's what I thought he had. Let that go. I was going to fold it anyway. I'm not cheating. But interesting. 3-7 offsuit in the small blind. It cost me $600 to see a 36.75 pot. I will call it. And I missed it. Nobody raised it, so obviously I'm not afraid of an ace out there. So I'm going to go half a pot and make believe I got that jack. I have absolutely nothing. Let's represent that jack again. Odin's got a full house. Nice hand, Odin. Oh, wow. This is a good time for me to change my my shirt because it's kind of warm in here. Just ironic that I got knocked out of that tournament before with pocket jacks. I can't stand pocket jacks. They're just trouble for me. All right, thanks for holding in there. Okay, I'm Jack 6 offsuit. This is obviously garbage. I gotta let that go. I wasn't paying attention to this hand, so I can't put a read on it. Okay, 8 queen offsuit. There's a raise. Oh no, that's not a raise. No, there is a raise. Obviously, I gotta let this go. If you're wondering, 8 queen offsuit is only a 44% favorite against one player. That's how bad this hand is. So, you don't realize how bad these hands are until you kind of look at the numbers. You're like, wow, really? I thought eight queen like made a straight, and if it was suited, it'd be like really good. But no, when you take a look at the numbers, they're pretty bad. So let's keep that going. All right. So king four. One of the things that I always tell folks is that you got to be careful that you're not dominated, because if you're playing these low kickers, what's a kicker? The kicker is your second card. If your second card is, like the king is your strong card, and then the kicker is the one that goes along with the strong card. If you're playing the king four, you're dead to king five and above. It's just not a good place to be. So that's a pretty easy fold. And there's a raise behind me, in front of me anyway, so I'll let that go. I really want to play some tournaments. Let's see if I can find some. We got 28 minutes for the Pot Limit Omaha tournament, so I'd love to play that. Oh, we got ace queen against king kings, and look at hit the ace on the turn. Okay, king six offsuit, I can't call. Gonna let that go. So yeah, I was talking about tells, poker tells, and I mentioned the story about the feet, looking at the feet. Sometimes you can get a little bit too wrapped up in trying to read tells. Sometimes a scratch on the nose is a scratch on the nose. It doesn't mean anything. But sometimes you'll notice that people do certain things that are certainly tells. I remember once being in Caesars, playing a cash table, and there was this one portly gentleman. He was tall and portly, which is a nice way of saying big and fat. But this particular gentleman was a little overbearing. He had a big presence. Let's put it that way. I'm first to act here. I'm going to raise this up with 3 times the big blind. Does that put me all in? Wow, I haven't even noticed that I'm that short in this stack. 10,000. Let's go at half pot. So this particular gentleman, he's sitting in the middle of the table making a big presence. 10-8 offsuit, I can't call this. 10-8 offsuit, I'm a 44% favorite. It heads up, and he just re-raised me. I got to put him on a pocket pair. I got 10-8 of diamonds. I was trying to just make a move here. It cost me 5,000 to see 15,365. This is actually worth a call. What's my stack size? I can't even see it up here. All right, I still have about 3,000 left over if I lose this. So let's give it a call. I'm going to give him a call. See what happens. Pocket jacks. This is the night of pocket jacks. They're going to be killing me, and I'm going to be losing with them. It's just terrible. That was a bad call, but I had the pot odds, to call it. Yeah, nice hand. All right, we'll let that go. This is a great simulator. Let's start this again. I was talking about this particular portly gentleman sitting in the middle of the table at Caesars in the cash game. And the Caesars Atlantic City. And this guy, I noticed that whenever he had a monster hand, he would lift his head up like this, and his nostrils would flare. He would flare his nostrils. And I remember I think it was like an ace jack or something, and somebody raised behind him, and he re-raises it and does the nostril thing. And I was like, I'm out of here. And of course, he had pocket aces. And it was just so obvious that every time this guy flared his nostrils, he had an excellent hand. So I'm sure he had no clue that he would do that. I myself used to have a tell that I used to, whenever I was distressed because I didn't like the call I had to make, or I didn't like the particular flop, I would squeeze my teeth together and that would make my temples come out. That was a tell. It took me years to figure that one out. So now what I do when you play me live, I put my tongue between my teeth to keep me from biting down on my teeth, because I do it without thinking. So my position when I play is my hands are in front of my face, so you can't see my neck, because the other tell is the vein on your neck. When it starts pulsating really fast, that's when a person has a good hand. So I cover my neck with my hands, and I cover my mouth with my hands, and I try to make the same type of move all the time. The other tell that's out there is shaky hands. If somebody's got a monster hand and they're looking at that pot and saying, "Oh my, I'm gonna take it, it's gonna be mine," and their hands are doing this, be careful. That could be trouble. So that's another tell. Another tell is if somebody is just playing cards, all of a sudden they look at their cards and they do this. They just got a monster hand. They just got really, really good cards, and they're paying attention. So that's another tell. Another tell is when they look at their chips. If they look down at their chips, they're going to bet. If they're looking at your chips, where are you? Over there. They're looking at your chips, he's going to put you all in. I knew a guy, and his tell was that when he had a great hand, it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to put you all in, but it means that he's trying to size up how many chips he can take from you when he looks at your stack. And this particular guy had a tell that every time he looked at my chips or anybody else's chips, he had a great hand. So that was another tell. I knew another man who, whenever he had a great hand, he would kind of do this really weird thing. He let me tell you folks, everybody has tells and you're totally oblivious to them. So the best thing to do is really just get in front of a mirror or have a friend, a trusted person, just tell you, hey, listen, what am I doing? Have you picked up any tells on me? Can you tell me? If they're a true friend, they'll tell you, and if they don't tell you, and you find out they knew that you'd tell you better be careful with that person. But your betting pattern has to be consistent. Oh yeah, I was telling you about this particular guy here. We'll call him Mike. That was his actual name, Mike. Whenever he would have the nuts, he would do something very particular. He would kind of almost tighten himself up because he's got his cards. He would tighten up and he would almost shudder, almost like he was having, forgive me for lack of better terms, he was almost having an orgasm, and he would do that And I remember laying down a full house. We were playing in Omaha, and he did that, and I threw this full house away, and I was like, I'm dead here. And sure enough, the man had the nuts. And I guarantee you, he was totally oblivious that he had that tell. So when you have a tell, you don't know it. So one of the best ways that you can do your tells is videotape yourself. Videotape yourself playing a game, preferably live. I mean, it's hard to do it online. It doesn't really matter. You don't really have tells. But if you can get yourself a video camera and tape yourself in a live game, and just watch your tells. And I realized the tell on this other guy. He would, whenever he was bluffing, he'd go like, all in. He's exaggerating. All in, all in. So whenever he does that, I know he was full of it. I would call him. One of the tells that I had was, I would say, raise. The reason I would say raise is because I wanted everybody to make sure that they heard me that I said raise. But that's a tell. Because every time I would go raise, the whole table would fold. So these folks that I play with, they're pretty good players, and they're on top of that. So they were, they were aware of my tells, and I wasn't until I analyzed it. You gotta take a look at your videos, talk to your friends. Oh, come on, man! I really need you to help me out here. Do I have any tells? And if I do, what are they? Like I said, if it's a good player, if it's a good friend, he'll let you know. But if he doesn't let you know, and he knows your tell, man, you better be careful with that guy or girl. All right, so we're looking at ace jack offsuit here under the gun, and we're going to bring this up with. We just started here, so we're going to just do 3 times the big blind, approximately about 60 chips. We're waiting on the pot limit Omaha tournament. Okay, let's see. Just bear with me a second here, folks. I'm trying to get the tournament up. At about 16 minutes. Okay. All right, we're in the pot limit Omaha tournament, so that should be fun. We're looking here at king queen offsuit, first act, so we're going to bring it in also 3 times the big blind. All right, a little bit more, close enough for government work. One of my strengths is certainly not math, ironically enough. Okay, that's a pretty ugly texture here. With king queen offsuit, I'm about a 43% favorite against one player. And I don't have any of that. There's a paired board on there. There's a heart draw that's out there that I don't have. And I'm playing Zegrano. This artificial intelligence tends to follow the players that they represent. So Zegrano is definitely a tricky fellow. He could definitely have a 4 and an 8 in his range to call a pre-flop raise. So I gotta tread carefully here, but since I don't like this particular texture, there's a lot of there's a flush draw out there. There's a paired board, so I'm gonna do a pot size bet. So if he's on a come or on the draw, and he's gonna pay if he misses. And of course, Mr. Slicky Wicky, he's gonna re-raise me. I'm gonna call him and see another card. I'm gonna represent that flush with a half a pot bet. And I steal it away. I would have liked to see what he had. He probably had a 4. Because he's a real tricky fellow. 2-4 offsuit is nothing. We're waiting on the tournament, the pot limit Omaha tournament's got another 14 minutes to go. We'll just keep working with the simulator here. 4-2 offsuit, garbage hand. It's only a 34% favorite against one player. So obviously you don't want to play any of that. Even though it hit the floor. 8-3 offsuit is 31% favored against one player. You bet in early position, it's useless. I mean, it's a useless hand anyway. But I always, like I mentioned, position. Actually would have hit the 8 on that. Okay, I got to put him on a king. Oh, yeah, 2 of them. All right. You got to think of the flop as a magnet, and it just attracts all kinds of stupid hands. And they're out there. They'll get you. Okay, it cost me 75 to see 255, so I'll call it. And I've got none of that. I'm going to check it because these guys are a bunch of tricky calling stations here. I'm going to let it go. I don't think he has anything. I think he's bluffing. These guys are all just a bunch of bluffers. Oh, yeah, pocket queens. Look at him. But he didn't raise pocket queens before. He didn't raise pocket queens pre-flop, which is a mistake because he let 2 people in the hand. I remember one time, that's a funny story, 6-8 off, so I'm going to let that go. I'm playing, this was in Bally's. I believe it was Bally's. Yeah, it was Bally's. And it was a crazy, crazy cash table. There was money flying everywhere, and everybody's just doing these ridiculous, stupid pre-flop raises. It was just nuts. So I'm under the gun, and I get pocket queens. So I'm thinking, if I raise this, I'm gonna bet out a lot of people. I want the action, and so somebody's bound to raise behind me because it's just been a crazy, crazy night. So I limp in with pocket queens under the gun, which is a big mistake. Big mistake. And sure enough, the entire table, call. Nobody raises. I'm hoping somebody raises behind me so I can come over the top and get my money. But no, everybody calls. It's a family pot, and here I am under the gun with pocket queens. I'm like, really? Flop comes, got a king high, and the big blind bets, I have to call, even though I don't like the king out there. There's another re-raise. I think somebody had like a set. There might have been a paired board. It was just sick. I called it. My stomach was turning. I didn't like it. There was a lot of money in there, but I thought my queens were still good, and I kept them going. And sure enough, on the turn comes my queen. Felt a lot better. And of course, when it gets to me, I voted because I believe that the board was paired. I had vote by the turn, so I checked, of course. And there's a raise behind me, a re-raise behind me. I'm all in. I go all in. This guy goes all in. The other guy goes all in. Everybody's all in. And finally, long story short, I take it down. And that was a crazy, crazy, crazy hand. Because I made the mistake of limping in. I got lucky. Okay, I won that hand because I got lucky. I wasn't supposed to win that hand because I limped in with pocket queens and let everybody else in cheap. But when you're in an early position, you gotta raise it up to thin out the field. Because as you can see, just by an example here, just looking at any hand, but you can see how much your percentage of equity drops with the more players in the hand. It's just basic math. You know, the less players in the hand, the better your odds are. And with the more players in the hand, it goes down, it gets worse. Now this is assuming that the opponent is going to play the top 35% of the hands. That's how tight. I mean, you can adjust this. If they play looser, you actually get better odds to call. But I'm not gonna start messing with it. I'm gonna leave it alone because I don't want to mess with it. So anyway, so 6-5. I'm gonna call this, even though it's garbage. And there's my 6. I don't like the flop. Chuck Reese. I'm going to do a pot-sized bet. And I get a re-raise. So I'm putting them on a 10. Maybe a flush draw. I get a raise and a re-raise here. So maybe there's a set, maybe. I'm looking at a flush draw. I'm looking at a 10 or a flush draw. Possibly a set. Even though I have one of the 6s, so maybe it'd be a pocket 3s. Maybe pocket 10s. I'm going to call it. Not happy about it, though. What the heck just happened? Oh, he re-raised again? So I'm looking at a possible set here. The middle pair and no flush draw. I think I got to respect this guy. Zagrano's out of the way. I'm going to have to fold this. Okay, we got 7 minutes before the Hot Limit Omaha tournament comes on. Okay. How many players so far? All right, we got 5 players. This is going to be a short-handed game. So there's only one prize. It's going to be a one-handed table. It's almost like one of those gladiator games, the Maximus, where only the last person survives and takes it all. Okay, so I'm going to have to, honestly, I got to put them on a set. Maybe pocket 3s, pocket 10s, ace, a strong ace with a diamond flush draw. Maybe ace 10. I got to put them on the 10. Or pocket 3s, pocket 10s. Got to have a 10. Let's see. He's got 10-6. Actually got 2 pair. And one of them are a diamond. Wow. Nice lay down on my hand. Let that go. Okay, 5 minutes, so we'll do a Pot Limit Omaha live tournament. Okay, ace 9 suited. First to act, bring that in with a raise, 3 times the big blind. I said 3 times, close enough. And we'll see what it goes. Totally missed that, but we always do a continuation bet whenever you bet out. Doesn't matter whether you hit the board or not. I don't like the texture of the board, so I'm going to do a pot size bet. And I got to re-raise. I got to put them on a king. I don't have the the draw. I don't have a diamond draw here. If he does have an ace dominated, I'm gonna have to let this go. I'm putting him in the king, maybe a king of diamonds, ace king. Yeah, the king. I'll let that go. I mean, I was gonna let it go before. I'm not cheating, but yeah, nice hand. This is not an easy game. This is a really, really great artificial intelligence simulator developed by the University of Alberta, one of the first to beat the professionals. And it's not like one of those, because I've played a lot of those poker games, and most of them stink. They're just a bunch of, they either do the pot odd things, pot odds, or they just do stupid calls. They're just calling stations. This particular one has it has a variety of players, but the artificial intelligence is really great because like at 3 minutes before the Pot Limit Omaha tournament comes on board, it mimics their actual players. You can see some of these names. Zagrano, Razor, Oliver Chips, Chuck Reese, Daphne, Jackpot. Some of these, they pertain to their actual players. They try to mimic them, and some of them are programmed to bluff certain hands, like Jack 3 of suited. If they get a Jack 3 suited, they're gonna try bluffing it. Like they all have their own bluffing ranges, and they also have their strong range. They have the array of the boxes. It kind of looks something like this. These are your raised pre-flop hands. These are your second tier hands. These are the hands that you call with or raise. You raise over here, you call with these, and these are the hands that you fold. So they kind of all set up like that in that kind of sense. And a lot of them are different. They're not all the same, so it's pretty cool. And I got pocket sevens over here. I'm going to bring that in with a raise. I've already been raised, so I'm just going to call it. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. I'm talking too much. All right, let's take a look at the we can get this game in here. What's going on here? All right, just bear with me. I'm trying to get the poker, the Omaha game on board. All right. Gone 39 minutes, 39 seconds. All right. Here we are. Okay, Pot Limit Omaha. Here we go. Pot Limit Omaha is definitely not Texas Holdem. Okay, it's a much different game. The biggest difference is that it's pot limit as far as the raises go, so people are going to get to see a flop. You're not going to be able to shove all in. and knock people out of the hand. It's just one of the characteristics of pot limit that changes it. So everybody has 4 cards. So most likely, we're kind of short-handed, so I'm going to be a little loose here. I have double suited. I'm going to call this. Generally, what's out there wins the hand. So if there's a straight out there, somebody has it. If there's a flush out there, somebody has it. So you got to kind of have a hand that not only that is a strong hand, but is a hand that you can take to the river. I do have a 9 high flush draw here. There is a straight draw out there. And if I do hit my straight draw, it's the stupid end of the straight draw, so I have no straight draw at all. Because my 9 I need 2 cards in my hand. I'm going to call this only because of the flush draw. But if it gets too expensive, I may have to let it go, because it's only a 9 high. Am I getting 4 to 1? I'm getting 4 to 1. It's 4 to 1. I'm a 4 to 1 for my flush draw. And I'm getting 4 to 1 pot odds, and I missed it. And I'm gonna bet the river. And he's got a straight. Yeah. Oh, he's got 2 pair. Ace, queen, 4, 9. I'm gonna let that go because my 2 top cards are not suited. Yeah, with pot limit, you have to make sure that your hands are complementary to each other. You want to have a hand that is in succession, like 10, Jack, Queen, King, and you want them to be preferably double suited. If you have 4 different suits, which is what they call a rainbow, you don't have any flush potential, throw it away. Don't play that hand. If you have 3 of a kind, throw it away. You don't want to play rainbow hands, and you don't want to play 3 of a kind. Because if you have 3 of a kind, only 1 card out there can help you, and if you do get it, you have to hope for a paired board. Because if not, you're only gonna have 3 of a kind. Okay, so I'm looking at 3, 6, Queen, 5. It's rainbow. I have no flush potential, so I gotta let it go. Not even gonna get involved in that hand, even though I might have hit that. 20. It's easy to say, oh, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, but you gotta make the decision before seeing the flop, and that's a different story. So, like they say, hindsight is 20/20 vision. But again, as I was mentioning, you have to have your hands complement each other. So sometimes you might have like ace jack complements each other. 3, 6 is garbage. So I gotta hold that. You gotta kind of look at it as 2 Texas Holdem hands. Well, you actually have 8 Texas Holdem hands, because it's a combination. And anyway, I don't feel like doing math now, but you have about 8 Texas Holdem hands, right? 4 squared. No, I think it's 16. I think it's 4 squared, because you have 4 cards. So it's 16 combinations of Texas Holdem hands in your hand. So you want them to be complementary. Okay, I got an ace king double suited. I'm gonna definitely raise that 3 times the big blind. My 3 5s I'm not crazy about, but I like the ace king double suited. I can make a straight on the bottom with the ace 3 5 to make the wheel. And I get a heart with a paired board. Paired board, you got to be careful because somebody might have pocket deuces. I don't have a pocket pair, so I can't make a full house. So I got to let this go, unfortunately. What a lousy flop for me. So somebody may have a 10. Queen, he got 10s full of queens. All right, 10 jack. I'm gonna let this go because my 2 are not. My 2 highest are not suited. So as I was saying, your cards have to complement each other. So if you have like 10 Jack, 7 8, that might work. They kind of complement each other. There's a gap in between. It's okay. So your hand should complement itself. If you have like Ace King and you have 3 5, maybe the 3 makes a flush with the king and the 5 makes a flush with the ace. So they complement each other. So that's what you're looking for. So right here, I have 10-4 ace queen, double suited. So I definitely like this hand. So I'm going to raise this up. Did somebody raise it already? No. I'm going to raise it up to the pot. So they're putting me on pocket aces. Pocket aces, pocket kings. This is not Texas Holdem. All right, I hit the ace. So I'm going to bet a half a pot. I'm actually pot committed here. So let's see. Let's put it all in. I don't think that I have the aces. I do have one of the aces, so yeah, it's believable. Okay, I got rainbow there. I'm gonna let that go. See, if I have one of the aces and there's an ace out there and I raise pre-flop and then they put me on pocket aces, it makes sense because they're less likely to have an ace if 2 of them are in play. So it makes the pocket aces set story more believable. If that makes any sense. If it doesn't make any sense, ask me. Send me an email. Say, what were you talking about when you mentioned this and this and that? You can reference the okay, ace jack double suited. I'm just gonna call this because 8 deuce is not a great Texas Hold'em hand on the bottom side. But there's my flush. And hopefully, it's only a jack high flush. I'm not crazy about it, but I have to bet it strong because somebody might have 2 pair there. I don't want them making a boat or maybe a set with a paired board. I'm not crazy about it. Bet that out again. I like the fact that he's calling me. I think my jacks might not be good. There's a paired board. That's what I was afraid of. If he bets, I'm going to have to let this go. This is the type of game that it is. He might just check it to me. Yeah. All right, show me the full house. Yeah, there it is. 5s full of 9s. I'm not. I knew it, but he made it cheap enough for me to call, and that was a great bet on his end, great value bet. He had put me on that flush, and like I said, I don't like that paired board. Because generally what's out there takes it down. If there was a flush out there. I'm surprised he called me the whole way. That he got lucky on the paired board. I'm gonna check fold this. He got lucky on that paired board because he was calling me the whole way. So I wanted to make him pay for his draw, but it just didn't turn out that way, unfortunately, in this case. So 5, 6, 8, 7, 9 right now is the nuts. You gotta pay attention to what the nuts is out there. All right. 7, 10 is now the nuts. Seven, 10 is the nuts. Ah, 2 pair. All right, ace 6, 6, 3. Got the ace suited. I'm gonna have to call this. There's a raise. I'll see a flop. That last hand cost me. All right, I'll check this. I got really nothing. Yeah, I gotta let this go. I don't even have the straight draw up on top because my cards are too long. King, Jack, 8, Jack. All right, I'll call this. This guy keeps raising. He's a good player. Okay, 6s and Jacks. I'm gonna check it. Somebody's slow playing the. All right, I got kings and 6s with a Jack kicker. The paired board out there. I'm not liking this at all. I gotta let it go. I don't have anything I can take to the river. 9 queen 3-3. Let it go. Yeah, this is not a game that I can shove all in and push people out of the way. Like I said, people will see a flop. All right, 10-6 ace queen. I wish it was double suited, but it's not. But you know, beggars can't be choosy. And there's my ace king. Let me bet that out like I got it. I need a jack. No, I don't. I can take it down. That's fine. 9-10 jack. I like this. I wish my king was suited, but I'll call it. One of the things about pot limit Omaha, okay, hit my 9. I don't have the flush draw, so this is not a good hand for me. Don't like this at all. Got a gut shot with 2 flush draws out there that I don't have. Only an 8 saves me. I'm an 11-1. It cost me 120 to see 360, so it's certainly not 11-1, so I gotta let it go. And the flush came on board. Nobody's got the flush? Oh, he's got a straight 9-5, 5-9. Okay, king 3. I guess I'll call this only because of my positioning. I'm on the button. And I got really none of that. And I can't call this. There's a straight on top with a king 10 with a Broadway draw. I don't have it. Ace jack. This is a great hand, but unfortunately it's rainbow. I gotta fold it. I don't have a flush potential. You see it? Ace jack 7 queen, but I don't have anything. Boy, they don't really give you any much time to talk about it. I guess they're in a hurry. I'm guessing this is the final table. I don't want to check it because the phone starts to flicker, the screen starts to flicker every time I check it. Because I'm actually playing on my phone. That's the screen that you see, the scene right there. Over here, that one. That's my phone. So it just makes it a lot easier for me because I have other windows and I have two mice, one from the old PC to run the simulator, and then I have the other one to run the production of all this Windows and stuff. All right, King 7, King Jack 7-3. I'm gonna call it. Not a great hand, but I gotta play because I can't sit around waiting for hands. Please. I need the 9. I don't have the flush draw. Gotta let it go. I need a 9. All right, 7 deuce is crap. I'm gonna let it cost me $25. I'll pay to see it. 7 deuce is just horrible. Okay, gotta check that. $23-1 on the flush draw. There's my ace. Let me put a half pot bet on that one. See if I can steal it. Nope, they ain't gonna let me do it. That's my third ace. Hopefully, I'm not looking at a full house here. Good. 9-3-3 king. I'm gonna call it only because of my position on the button. But if I hit my 3, I'm not going to be very comfortable. Did hit my king with a diamond draw out there, which I don't have. I'm going to let this go. I can't take this to the river, unfortunately, so I'm going to let it go. Yeah, not much happening on my hand. I would have had kings and tens with a 9 kicker. Ah, tens and sevens. I took it down. Oh, great. I'll call this. My ace is suited. And it's the wrong suit, but I hit my ace. I'm going to call it because I think that was a really small raise there. It's check to me. I'm going to let it go. Somebody's got the flush. Probably king high flush. Queen high flush. Yeah, like I told you, whatever is out there is usually what takes it down. So it's really hard to bluff in this game. Unless you sense weakness, then you strike. But I certainly didn't feel any weakness there. I thought they were pretty strong. A lot stronger than me, let's put it that way. All right, I gotta check that. I need a 9. And I have a flush draw that I don't have. With a backdoor heart draw, I gotta let this go. I'm an 11-1 favorite. 11-1 underdog. Queen 496. I'll call it for 25, but if I'm raised, I gotta let it go. All right, queens and 9s. Possible straight out there, so I gotta bet this out. Seven, no. 10 jack is the nuts right now. All right, I'll take it down. King jack 93. My king is not suited, but I do have the button, so I'm going to call it. Everybody's playing pretty tight here. So when people play tight, you loosen up, and if people are playing loose, you tighten up. And you got to do the opposite. So I'm going to bet this out like I got the queen. This is my position. And he's telling me, nope, he's got the queen. There's a diamond draw out there. I'm probably looking at 3 of a kind. I'm going to check it. I totally whiffed everything. And my man there's MD Ware 77's got the queen. I got to let it go. He might have even voted. I wonder if he got pocket 7s. All right, limits are going up. Ace 10, 36. Got to play it. I got position. And I'm going to call this only because I have position here. I don't like my hand though, but it's just that kind of a game. You got to play it. I got my 10. Oh, that's pretty strong. Now I'm trying to find a reason to play, but I can't. Even though I got middle pair, I have nothing else. All right, I got 10, 10, 9, king, rainbow. If I'm raised, I got to let this go. Yep, this raise it. Well, it's 60. You know, I don't want to get involved because I can't call the flush draw. So I'll let him have it. All right, I got a suited ace. 4, 5 with a raise. I'll call it. Don't like my position, but there's my ace. I'll bet it out like I got it. This diamond, hopefully he doesn't have a diamond. If he calls me, I'm done with this hand. Yep. I'm pretty much beat. He's putting me on and I gotta let go. I'm beat on that one. Alright, looks like this is gonna be it. Raise that up. This is a nice hand, 9-10 Jack King. Double suited. A lot of potential there. I'm calling it. You hit a set, nope. Oh, got my flush. Yep, I'm good. Thank you. King 2-3-7. I gotta call it. Nah, I'm gonna let it go. Only because the 2-3 is so weak. It's really, I'm playing Texas Holdem while these guys are playing Omaha. If I get in there with a 2-3 offsuit, it's just a really bad hand. Ace-10 is the nuts right now with two potential flush draws out there that I didn't have. And a paired board. Pocket set, just made a boat. And okay, we're playing for the bubble. Look at us. Or maybe not. That was weird. Okay, 3 of a kind. I told you about 3 of a kind. Thank you. I didn't have much of a hand. If you have 3 of a kind, throw it away. It's useless. I gotta call this. I gotta maybe keep it low. Nope. Check. Alright, so I'm gonna represent the 8. Hopefully he doesn't have it. He calls. Great. So I got 8s and 2s. Check it. Yeah, I got 8s and deuces. I would have had an open-ended straight with a flush draw that I don't have. My straight would have gotten there, but the flush draw got there as well. It probably would have cost me all my chips to see the diamond draw. And he doesn't have the diamond draw there, 2 pair. Great. Now, of course, if I would have played, it would have came out the other way. Okay, now when you see this position here, this is, at least I have a 7 suited. But 2 pair is not great. People like to play it. Okay, my king and jack are not suited, so I'm going to fold this. People like to play two pocket pairs in their hand because they hope they get a set. I'm going to call this. All right, I got 2 pair there with a back end flush draw. Got that. Game is moving pretty fast. 42.95 double suited. Call it. I got a tough balls. Back end flush draw potentials here. They're not very high, 9 of 5. That's pretty strong bet there. I'm gonna let it go. Only because all I have is pocket 4s. I mean, a pair of 4s. Obviously got an ace, maybe a ace 10. Must be 40. This is a pretty lousy hand. Must be 40 to see 280. I'm gonna call it. Hopefully the flop will be nice and low. If I'm raised, I gotta let it go. I'm gonna let it go. Yeah. I had none of that. Yeah, see, if you look at my hand there, 5-3, Jack 6, I don't have anything to complement the Jack. You know, everything's down at the bottom. And this kind of flop, look at this flop, it's all up there, so I don't have anything to, because you got to play 2 in your hand. 2 in your hand, 3 on the board, so I didn't have anything complementary to the Jack, so I couldn't call the raise. Okay, Jack deuce is all right. Jackson, and the deuce is the what is called a dangler. Doesn't really help anything. Okay, I got a nice flush draw, and I hit my deuce. I gotta call this. Hopefully, it doesn't have an ace high flush. He's gonna check. No, he's gonna go. The race. Okay, you get a 4. I'm not getting the pot odds, but I'm going to call it anyway. And I hit my set at the end. 7-9 is the nuts. I'm just going to call him. And he doesn't have 7-9. Great. I'm going to let this go. I don't have anything to complement my 10. It's just 3, 4, 5. I got a 4 high flush potential. Oh, look at that. I would have hit the wheel, possible wheel, with a 4 high flush. And there goes my straight potential. Once you pair your board, you got to be looking at 3 of a kind or a full house probably. And I would have hit my straight and gotten into a lot of trouble with that paired board. I bet you somebody has a boat. I don't have the 2. 6. Queen 10. All that. All right. Queens and 8s. With a backdoor heart draw, 23-1. Odds. Okay, I got 3 of a kind. And that's an ugly ass. I'm not gonna bet it because I'm gonna keep the pot small if I can. Because most likely I'm not gonna pair this board. Oh, this is gonna be ugly. I gotta call this. Yeah. Alright, yeah. Oh, I got 2 pair. I didn't hit my straight. No, I can't call this scrap. This guy's got a straight. He's got ace anything. He beats me. I don't have the ace. Well, that hurt me. 9973. You're gonna raise me now. All right, boy. If those 6s were upside down, I'd be in the money. All right, nothing here for me. Check it. Nines and 6s with an ace kicker. Can you beat that? Yeah, he can. Kings and 6s. An ace queen 78. I'm gonna call. Looks like this is the end here. Yeah, gonna put me all in. I'm gonna call him. Nothing there. No heart draw, no nothing. I got a queen, but 2 5s out there. I got queens and 7s. Hopefully I don't get that 5 out there. Ace just came on board. Aces and queens. Hey, I'm still alive. Look at that. All right, queen 7-10. You can never give up in the tournament. Never, ever give up. I've seen people just give up. Oh, okay, I'll just go home. I'm gonna go home. Just go home then. All right, there's a flush draw out there that I don't have. I'm gonna let it go. I got a pair of sevens, and that's about it. Well, actually, like queens, but it's not really good. There's the paired board with another heart draw, which I don't have. It'll be a miracle if I win this tournament. But I'm not giving up, damn it. I'm not giving up without a fight. 3, 4, 7, 9. I'm gonna fold this. I don't like. There's a flush draw out there that I don't have. Really just the set right now is the nuts. Pocket aces, I guess. All right, the set just got there. The full house just was made. Probably full house over full house here. Wow. Okay, I actually like this hand. All right. Like that. I need a 10. I can't take this to the river, unfortunately, even though it's only 60s. All right, I'm all in with king queen, double suited. Oh, single suited actually. Well, actually, 4 high flush. Like I said, if I win this hand, it'll be a miracle. Come on, flush draw. Come on, flush. There's my queen. There's a 5s. Nothing. And I'm out. Well, that's poker. Nah, you know what? I'm getting tired. And it's been a good night. I didn't really cash, but I think I played well. I didn't make any mistakes, which is really all that you can hope for. So, like I said, if you have any questions, give me a call. Send me an email at pokerfaceshow.net. Pokerfaceshow.net. You're welcome to challenge me and play along with me in the Texas Holdem. And like I said, if you win, you get a free Amazon gift card. And for now, I'm going to be signing off. God bless. And I will see you at the table. Good night.